I wanted to share with you another silent tapping technique that I personally have found very useful, and I was working with someone on a tapping circle yesterday and it seemed to help them quite greatly too, so it's worth a shot, isn't it? Now, why do we do silent tapping? Sometimes we just haven't got the energy, the words to find, to explain what's going on with our bodies. Maybe we're just completely overwhelmed and we cannot begin to name the emotions. And that's okay. And actually, this is almost like a first aid measure where you just are kind and loving to yourself. Take the pressure off. So with this version of silent tapping, we're going to use colour as well as the breath, hold, breathe out type technique, which was in the silent tapping video. Please have a look for that one. Before I go into that, I just want to say my name is Claire Williams. I am from Your Soul Energy. I am an EFT advanced practitioner, helping people with all sorts of issues: anxiety, depression, eating problems, motivation, phobias, stress. You name it. If it's causing the body a stress response, EFT can help, and that's the whole point. So anyway, I'm going to show you the technique. First thing I want you to do is to think of the thing that's going on for you. So maybe you're overwhelmed right now, but maybe you're okay. And I just want you to have a little tune in to something that might be bothering you, or something that is definitely bothering you, and just pick a colour. Pick a colour. See where it is in your body if you can, tuning in. And sometimes it's useful to give yourself an idea of the number out of 10. 10 being as bad as it can get, 0 being not there at all. This is just a check-in system for the end, so you can see how far you've come, okay? So you just jot those details down. Then what I want you to do is to pick a colour that represents the opposite of what you're feeling. So for instance, if I'd been feeling anxious, I'd be wanting a colour that helped me feel safe, grounded, centred, connected and confident. So what colour might that be? And actually, if you just want to pick a colour to make yourself feel better and breathe that in, then that's awesome too. So go for a colour that makes you feel comfortable, relaxed, empowered, vibrant, energised, whatever it is you need. So get your colour, allow your subconscious to pass that to you without judging it and censoring it. So you've got your colour, and now we're going to begin the tapping. Okay, so you're just going to come to the karate chop point, and all we're going to do is imagine that we are breathing in the colour. We're going to hold it just for a little bit, and then we're going to let it out with a sound. So it kind of helps us get back in our body. Okay, so are you ready? I'm going to do this with my eyes closed. Useful for you to do the same if that's comfortable for you and if you feel safe to do so. That's really important. So first one, breathing in that colour. Hold that colour. Release the colour out into your body. Moving on to the top of your head. Okay. Breathing in that colour. Hold that colour. Let it build. And then release that colour into your body. Inside eye. Breathe that colour in. Hold that colour. Let it build and release that colour out into your body. And just as you're tapping, imagine that the colour is starting to filter out through your body. And if you had an awareness before of where the opposite emotion was, where perhaps you were feeling overwhelmed or anxious, offer that colour to that space first before it goes anywhere else. Okay, but coming back inside eye, we're going to breathe in, holding that colour, letting it build, and then release that colour out. Outside eye, breathing that colour in, hold, release that colour out to the body. Under eye, breathe that colour in, hold, release that colour out. start to notice how much of your body or the space that needed it is starting to be full of this colour now. But don't judge it, just accept where it is. So, just under the nose, breathing in. Hold that colour. Release the colour out. Chin point. Breathe the colour in. Hold that colour. Let it build. And release it. And the clavicle point. Find the dips just underneath the collarbone. Use your whole hand if you need to. Breathe that colour in. Hold that colour. Release that colour out. Come to the underarm. Tapping as we breathe in the colour. Hold the colour. Release the colour. Inside wrist. Breathe the colour in. Hold the colour. Release the colour. Spreading it throughout your whole body. I'm going to go through the tapping points of the fingers, and again on the thumb just across the nail bed, breathing in that colour. Hold that colour. Release that colour. Don't worry if you can't hold it as much, particularly if you're anxious. The breathing space will be reduced. And if you have asthma and other conditions, then that could affect your breathing. But try and hold it as long as is comfortable, and then maybe a second more. Okay, so going on to the forefinger. Again, if it feels good for you, close your eyes. I find it helps me stay focused on the breathing pattern. So breathing in that colour. Hold. And release that colour. Next finger along. Middle finger. Breathing in. Holding. Let that colour build and build and build. And release. Ring finger. Breathing in. Holding that colour. Again, letting it build. Then release the colour. Spreading it throughout your whole body. Little finger, we're going to breathe in the colour. Holding, letting it build. And releasing. And that's one round. You can repeat this as many times as you need to. Just helps you get back into your body, back into connection with yourself, so that you're not carried away by the thoughts or the emotions that might have been dominating you a few moments ago. So hopefully you can see that that's actually quite simple and easy to do. Let me know how you get on with it. Okay, thanks very much. Take care.